First and foremost, we're making this video really for educational purposes, as well as like documenting a moment in history and our lives where, who knows if we'll ever experience a pandemic of this sort again. Hopefully we don't. Hopefully our girls don't have to experience something like this, and in a way I'm kind of happy that they're so young that they don't fully understand. I mean, Jasmine obviously doesn't, but Violet, all she really understands is people are getting sick and we have to wear a mask to help keep people safe. And honestly, if my 3-year-old can understand the concept of wearing a mask and why it's important, I don't see why more people can't do the same. But that's not necessarily what this video is about. This video is really to help give you guys maybe additional information that you're not fully aware of when it comes to getting tested here in Los Angeles, specifically at Dodger Stadium. So we wanted to make a video of our experience because we did get tested earlier this week. And the reason we got tested wasn't because we were necessarily exposed to the virus or because we thought we had the virus or we had symptoms. It's really because Jen has been back at work. She's at work right now. She's been back at work for a while now at City Walk, and she, has been exposed to multiple people that we haven't been quarantining with this entire time. Not just her coworkers, but also obviously guests that walk into her store. And so, because of that, we felt as a peace of mind, just to make sure we weren't asymptomatic carriers, we would go get tested, and we decided to go get tested at Dodger Stadium. So this is the story of how that went. Give you guys some insight into that. So let's get started. So first and foremost, you gotta sign up to get tested at Dodger Stadium. It's not just like a free-for-all. It's not like hopping into line at Krispy Kreme donuts. You gotta sign up. So what's that look like? You go to coronavirus.la and you can hit the testing button and then go over to find a testing center directory, and there is where you can then click on Dodger Stadium and make an appointment. I've heard a couple of different things. I've heard that it's kind of challenging to make an appointment sometimes there, and then I've heard that it's fairly easy. Honestly, I don't know. Jen's the one that signed us up. She was able to secure an appointment fairly simple. So I kind of encourage you to try the same thing. If you're unable or if you're unsuccessful to do it on the date or the time that you so choose, I'd try again, or maybe just try a different center. So after you do make an appointment, you're booking things in a 30-minute window. So our window was 12:30 to 1. And then they send you an email confirmation stating all of that information, and they give you a code. So the code looks like this. Okay, you absolutely need to take this code. All right, if you don't have this code with you, print it out or electronically, they will not be able to conduct your test. This is how they are able to verify that you even have an appointment, verify who you are, so that they can send you back that information. We live in the Burbank area, and the easiest way for us to get to Dodger Stadium is really just to take the 5 south. We exited Stadium Way, and a lot of the traffic was coming from Stadium Way. And honestly, I don't necessarily know definitively if you can take other routes to get to the testing center, like other exits if you're coming from like, the 110 or different freeways. But it did look like all the traffic was getting kind of funneled through this very specific entrance near Stadium Way. There's tons of signage once you do get kind of close to the center that kind of start pointing you in the direction that you need to go. And you'll notice, at least when we went from 12:30 to 1. This is during the week. There was a big line. There was a long line of cars waiting to get tested. Then you reach a certain point where traffic stops and you're kind of just crawling towards the entrance itself, where like you would normally pay for parking, and there's team members out there that are screening every single car. So you're actually asked to show your phone or a printed copy of your registration number, your email confirmation, stating that you actually have an appointment. If you're not able to do that, they will not let you get in. And yes, I did get tested at Dodger Stadium wearing my Angel gear. Not sorry at all. So what you'll quickly notice is just the scope of this operation. There are a lot of cars up there all at once getting tested. And there's a lot of signage, a lot of big TV screens giving you information. There's videos playing. There's also a specific AM radio station that you're able to tune into so that you can hear like what the videos are saying. There's an app you can download as well to do the same, to listen to the content that's being played on the television screens. It's being played in both English and Spanish. The writing on the screens is both in English and Spanish. And another big thing that like really helped, I guess, make us comfortable and make us feel safe is the fact that you have very minimal contact with other people. Fact of the matter is, you don't actually even roll down your windows for anything. They ask you to keep your windows rolled up the entire time, with the very few instances where they actually ask you to roll down your window to receive the actual test kit. So this is what makes this center different from maybe some of the other ones that have been, I guess, publicly shared on different news outlets. This isn't a test where they swab it up your nose. This is actually a self-administered test that you do the swabbing in your mouth itself. Does that leave kind of an opportunity for a false positive or a false negative? You know, can you potentially contaminate the sample because you yourself aren't able to administer the test correctly? I guess. I mean, in all honesty, it's not difficult. They give you plenty of directions multiple times. If you're paying attention, they give you a video actually in your email confirmation to watch ahead of time to show you how to administer the test. They play that again while you're waiting. So sure, is it easy to not do the test correctly? I guess, if you want to go that route. But we found it fairly simple to conduct the test and conduct it accurately. So you get to a certain point where then a volunteer team member who's working the test site comes up to your window and asks to see your confirmation once more. But specifically, he or she is writing down the numbers and letters on your confirmation number on a piece of paper with your first name as well. And so once they're done doing that, they actually stick that paper on your driver's side window, and that's going to allow the next set of team members that you bump into to give you the appropriate test. I guess it's not necessarily the appropriate test. They're all the same test. I guess what it is so that they can give you a test that's sealed inside of a bag that has all your information outside of that bag, so we know definitively that that is your test. So once you do reach that next checkpoint where they're actually handing you over your test, they actually hand it over with one of those like grab sticks, the ones that like you're able to like reach out really far and grab something. You pick up, normally I've seen people use them to like pick up trash on the beach or something like that. So they're inside a small little bungalow. They reach out, you roll down your window. This is the first time in our full experience where we actually roll down our window, and they hand you the test, and whoever's working in there will give you additional information as far as, you know, if you have questions about the test, how to administer, if you've seen the video, if you feel comfortable, do you need more direction, anything like that. You can ask any questions there. And what I really appreciated was I never felt rushed at any point by any of the team members. I felt like it was important for them to give you the information you needed, and however long that did take. Now granted, this isn't like a huge amount of information that you're going to need to download yourself on. So you know, it does move fairly quickly. But if you have questions, they're there to help you, and they're not rushing you through the process. So once you have your actual test, then now it's time to actually conduct it for yourself. And you can watch, if you do sign up with Dodger Stadium, you'll watch the video and it'll give you all the instructions. But basically, you're coughing, let's say, into your arm 3 to 5 times to like really raise up the mucus level in your mouth. And then they ask you to swab your mouth in multiple locations. That way you can get a clear, good sample. And then once you're done, you stick your sample into this little tube that has liquid in it. They ask you to shake that up, seal it, put it back in the bag, and then you're done. And so then the last step of this process is to drop it off. And again, we have not made contact with anybody. We have not rolled down our window at all, except for that one time to actually get the test back, or to get the test to start. You get to the very end and there's these huge drop-off signs that are telling you like, get ready to drop off your sample. And then you reach these big trash bins. And so once you get to the trash bin, you take your samples, you put them in the trash bin, and that's it. That's the process. So hopefully this video helps kind of clear up some of the like stigmas that come with getting tested for COVID. Maybe it encourages you to get tested for COVID. Again, we've only ever done the Dodger Stadium one. This is the first time we ever been tested. And again, it was only because Jen has been exposed to more people. And so once you are done with the test itself, it takes about 24 to 48 hours to get your results. You get a text message that gives you a link. You also get an email that gives you a link. Once you can click the link, you can verify with your birthday, or you can verify with your confirmation number, and then you get your results. The link does expire eventually, but I did take a screenshot. So these were my results. This is what it'll look like. Jen also tested negative, so obviously very happy about that. We weren't necessarily worried. Again, we had no symptoms. Of course, we could have been an asymptomatic carrier, but just for peace of mind, we're very happy that the results came out to be that way. So I don't want to make this video a political statement necessarily. It's really, like I said at the beginning, I want to be able to one day look back and show my daughters that these were scary times, and us as a human race, we did what we could to eat goldfish, but also we did what we could to make sure that we were keeping each other safe, and not just our immediate family, but the larger community that we live with here in Los Angeles. And so I know there's a lot of people out there that either believe this virus is a hoax, believe we should be opening back up, believe that, you know, just things aren't as they seem, or there's a political agenda involved. And you know, I'm not gonna touch on that in this video. If you'd like to talk about it privately, my DMs are always open. What I will say is that, in my opinion, we should be wearing masks when we're outside. Plain and simple. If my little girl can do it walking around the block for a mile and never take her mask off, then I think you could do it at the grocery store for 20 minutes. And if that one little act, if we all band together, if that one little act can help open our beautiful city back up sooner, then I'm gonna wear the damn mask. So with that being said, if you guys have more questions about the testing side, if you just want more of a personal kind of reaction from either myself or Jen, feel free to reach out. If you haven't already, give us a like and subscribe to the channel. I know this is a very different video from what we normally do, And our channel is very much about capturing the high moments of our family's lives and making sure that our girls can grow up and watch these videos and look back on some of their fondest memories, some of our fondest memories. Um, but I do think for our sake and for educational purposes, this was an important thing to document. So I appreciate you guys coming along. If you stayed this long through the video, shout out to you. And we'll catch you in the next one. Deuces.